Come on, boys. No ammo Rin. Save me some mystics. The ritual work? Ah, wait. Let's just let it play. Let's just let it play. Hold on. Please. Okay. Man, I hate the 10x's, guys. Now we gotta wait, dude. Now we gotta wait. Okay, still not the one. Still not the one. Is this it, boys? Oh, no. Wait. No, that's not the one, right? Or is this the shiny? Fuck! Damn. Rip. Big rips. Wait, I got 2 rips! No, dude! Troll-ass game, man. What's going on, guys, and welcome on in. Sorry, no cam today because I'll be putting in a lot of footage, gameplay footage from our matches earlier, our testing and matches earlier on stream. Now, we actually went on an 8-0 undefeated streak in RTA with Archdemon's Shadow, which was way beyond my expectations and a lot of my chat's expectations, and I bet a lot of people watching. There's a very kind of low opinion of Adu Meru right now. I know a lot of other content creators tried her earlier today or yesterday and kind of were let down. I think that has a lot to do with where you draft her, how you draft her, and maybe your own playstyle. If you invested in her properly, if you brought the right support, we'll go over all that, my conclusions and thoughts on how to best run her, or at least for me. And hopefully those of you that like her can run her to some success as well, because I do think she has a lot of potential, but there's a few traps that can go into building her, investing into her, and I know why a lot of people are kind of let down. So let's start with that. Number one thing, guys, the S1, the seal mechanic, the new thing, the kind of shiny feature she has that no one else has. If you rely on this too much, you're gonna be let down. And a lot of my matches, let's say I fought maybe like 5 Arbiter Vildreds. I almost never landed a seal when it mattered, like before we killed him in his first life. Because it's a 75% chance and then you add in the 15% innate resist, it comes out to what, like 65 to 67, 69% chance overall. Very low. That's less than a Rylet dodge if you think about it. So if your entire game plan revolves around having to seal a unit, it's not going to work out. You're going to be let down. On top of that, if you see units that are going to give you issues, a lot of people in my chat were like, Car, don't worry, just seal them. Last Rider Crow, just seal him, whatever. Rowana, just seal her. It doesn't work out like that all the time. Not only is this a low chance, on top of that, if your Mercedes gets stunned, silenced, interrupted, whatever, that unit is just going to run you over. So she does have a few hard counters that you either need to ban, pre-ban, or hope for the best. But if that's your only chance or your only option, once again, you're going to be let down. That's why I think a lot of players aren't having success with her. They're not, they're relying too much on the seal. And they're also maybe, hopefully just, they're not properly banning or taking care of her hard counters. In all of my matches, we tried a lot of different comps, guys. We fought Cleaves, we fought Control, we fought Bruisers, Knights, everything. And she never felt like she got truly carried. Some of the matches she carried on her own. Other matches, maybe she had died early, but she drew a lot of focus. And the S2, guys, I think this is the real moneymaker. It's not the S1 seal. The seal is an added bonus, and sometimes it can close out a match. It can seal the deal. No pun intended. But the S2 is where I was very impressed with. The CR push, the decreased hit chance, and then the 30% damage reduction makes her incredibly tanky, especially if you invest some bulkiness into her. So let's look at the stats that I'm running, those stats that I had success with. I pretty much just stole my Dizzy's gear, but added a lot of attack. I know a lot of players have been running their Dizzies with attack, especially at the higher levels, but I didn't have that before, so I had to invest in some attack gear. I'll go ahead and click every piece. We kind of just threw a lot of pieces here, guys. This probably won't be what I end up with if I plan to use her a lot, because I love, guys, Car, I love her style, to say the least. I'll probably invest some better gear. So far, I think this gear is very good, but it could be much better. I'm actually copying someone's build, and he just has more attack than me and every other same stat. Now, beyond that, guys, the build that I like is counter immunity, because if you're not relying solely on the seal, well, the counter will give you more chances at seal. It will give you more chances at landing this twisted power. And a lot of times, guys, you're just gonna you're going to be hitting your opponent with a lot of decreased hit chance. The seal is just a bonus, but when these pop off, she gets so much CR boost. She's getting focus. She's just doing a lot of chip damage. She's just doing a lot, period. Now, she's a very RNG reliant unit, but over time in an extended match, and it's very easy to survive with her if you have a bruiser style kind of play. She's going to get value. She's going to do work. It's going to happen if the match goes longer than a few turns, right? That's why I keep saying, don't try to invest only for the seal. You're going to be let down. Now, unfortunately, what that means is a lot of y'all that have, you know, more offensive play styles or don't like the slower kind of games, you might find her a little bit boring. I think that's where her playstyle, or at least my preferred way of running her, and I think that's kind of the best way, at least for now. I do know people are running her on like higher speed, but they still run her bulky and not really damage or all in on the seal with like a Tagahels. That's why I think a lot of players might be getting let down. She may not fit your playstyle, in which case you probably don't want to invest into her. You're just not going to have that much fun. But if you do like that kind of just slower tanky playstyle where you're slowly chipping away, landing a ton of debuffs, interrupting with counters, seals, leading into an S3, which leads into another S1, leading into another S2. Guys, she is so dang fun. I kid you not. I had such a blast playing her today. And on top of that, I think she has a lot of potential to be very good. Once I get higher up, closer to Legend, of course, I can't force her in every match. She does have some hard counters, like I mentioned earlier. Things like Rowana. Guys, Rowana will absolutely ruin her day, especially if they have Stella Harpa. And then I expect units like Last Rider Crow to be really, really tough for her to handle. And then to a lesser extent, maybe units like Blue Crow, because they don't really have passives to seal. And, you know, all the chip damage is eventually going to lead into a brutal S3 that could take her out. However, she does have blind, so she could probably survive a Crow if they let it off too early and if they miss. Another added bonus. Now, with all that being said, guys, do I think she's worth your hard-earned mystics? Well, maybe not for my free-to-play or newer players that could use something maybe a little bit more impactful, just overall more useful to the meta, like a unit sort of like Fallen Cecilia, who I think will be coming out very soon after her skin was revealed for RTA, guys. If you look at Specteni and Faithus Litica, it's almost assured that she'll be coming in the next rotation or shortly after. A unit like Fallen Cecilia will probably do much more for the vast majority of players than someone like Archdemon's Shadow. You have units like Dizzy, there's other control units that can sort of fulfill a similar role, and even though Seal is a unique mechanic, like I said, it's not the most reliable thing, so there's other options. She's not meta breaking just yet. It's still too early to tell for sure. Maybe in another season or later on in the season, if things kind of slow down, I could see her being a super threat. But right now, she has a lot of potential. She can be good, but there's probably better options if you really have to choose. Unless you really like her like me for, you know, her looks as well. Maybe save for other units because Mystics are very hard to come by. That being said, guys, do I expect her to get a buff? Well, with how many people are kind of complaining and not giving her a chance, she very well might get a buff, and I don't mean that in sort of a negative way. If you look at a unit like Briarwitch Iceria, she was sort of good beforehand. I say good, but she had issues, you know, with the unreliability on her S3. Well, look what happened. Smilegate ended up giving her a buff, as well as an extra immortality buff. Now, I don't think AD Meru needs an immortality buff, but maybe they'll increase this. I don't think she needs 100% on the seal. I think that's way too strong. We need to see more testing first to see what she actually needs, if anything at all, guys. She might just be sleeper OP. She could be insane. But I do expect, right, especially for a lot of players that don't have the best gear, a lot of other units to support her, if they just want maybe a more solid unit straight out of the box for the vast majority of players, which it kind of seems like Smilegate has been doing lately, then I could see maybe an increased chance on seal, maybe 10% or so, 15%, and then possibly an increased chance on the blind as well. Just give her more, you know, less RNG reliance, especially for players that don't want to go for a very long match. So in closing, guys, it's really just too early to tell if she's underpowered, overpowered, if she needs buffs, doesn't need buffs, whatever. I played less than 10 matches, but what I can tell you is with this build, we fought so many different comps. We fought, you know, not the highest tier of players, but players that had a lot of gear and, you know, all the right units. We fought different comps, and she did well in pretty much every single matchup. Now, I don't expect her to hold up just like that, where we can force her every single kind of match we do, but I've just been having such a blast. I think she is powerful if you do have the right kind of playstyle for her. Maybe there's other playstyles, guys. If you don't need Fallen Cecilia coming up and you like her style and kit, maybe I can convince you to try her out, test her, and let me know what you have success with. If you do just use the same build, let me know as well. I always love to hear from you guys. And if you need to see all our additional thoughts, because we did a 3-hour, 4-hour stream where most of it was Adu Meru stuff, the summons, everything on top of that, go ahead and stop by our Twitch channel. You can find that in the description below. Check the VOD for the full all 8 matches in their entirety. Some of them I'm only going to be able to show y'all tidbits of, but man, she's just so dang fun to use. I think some of y'all should give her a try. We'll see where she ends up in the future. But for now, hopefully maybe this can kind of tell you if you need to save or convince you to pull for her. All right. Anyways, guys, more content coming out soon for y'all. A lot of y'all that have been stopping by the Twitch channel, thank you so much. My YouTube viewers, just thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you again. Peace out, everybody.